All right, now that we have our new project created, let's talk about how we bring in our clips and how we can start editing those out, okay? And so the very first thing I need to do is I need to navigate to the folder where I keep all of my video files. Now, because you will be using either a school camera or a phone, there may be a different way for you to get it, but once you have your files on the computer, you need to make sure that you bring them into your H drive, okay? You want them in the home folder. And the reason is because Adobe Premiere remembers where things are basically like a website. And so if we change where we put that, it changes that URL or that location. And so Adobe Premiere won't know where the file is and it'll say it's missing and you won't be able to keep working on it. And so if we put in our H drive, we'll always know it's there. And so what you're gonna wanna do first is make sure that you navigate to the H drive into like maybe your video folder, and you can even make a folder for the project, and then you'll import those pictures that way, okay? So here I have my stock footage that we're gonna use for this assignment. So I'm gonna put it into my home folder in that multimedia and then video, okay? And so it'll transfer that over. And now I'm gonna take this stock footage, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all of it, either by dragging over all of it, or I can click on the first one, hold down Shift and click on the last one. And I'm gonna drag that into my project right here, okay? Into this import media to start. And what it'll do is it'll import those files. And now I'm ready, I can start previewing these to kind of get a feel for what I got in my footage. Now these are all just stock footage, but when I double click, I'm gonna see the file, okay? And so now what I can do is I can click play and kind of preview what I have for my file, okay? Let's say that this is the first clip I want in my video, but I actually only want it to last for about 3 seconds, okay? What I can do is I'm gonna queue up where I want it to start, and I'm gonna click this mark in option or the I key on the keyboard, okay? Then I will play it and I'll go to the point where I want it to end for my video, for what I'm gonna have in my final project. And so maybe I want it about there. I'm gonna hit the mark out button, and then all I have to do is drag and drop that into this timeline space. Right now there's nothing there, but it'll automatically create something there the first time I drag it in, okay? And so this is where I'm gonna have my final project. And so what I'll do is I'm gonna go through all of my different clips that I got, and I'm gonna start adding the parts and pieces that I want. If you don't have it exactly where you want it, that's okay. We can still tweak it after. We just double click on a clip, we can hit play to kind of preview it, all right? And we can see, okay, here we have this scene. It really starts moving well there, so I'm gonna hit in for there, and then I'll play that out and maybe have it come out about there, okay? And so I'll hit that mark out, drag and drop it, and it'll just bump it right up next to the clip before, and we'll just be able to do that with all of our clips, okay? I recognize these don't necessarily all make sense because they're all nature scenes, but they're not in the same place or even the same day. But we're just kind of getting some practice in, okay? That video file didn't have any sound to it, so you're gonna notice on my audio track there's nothing there. And so now I can preview my video here on in this area and see that it's gonna jump from one clip to the next clip to the next clip, okay? And so we kind of start getting this composition that can start going together, all right? So as you assemble these clips, you're gonna be able to kind of come out with what your final video will be. And that's gonna be the key. If you ever have a clip that you brought in that maybe, let's say, you wanted it to go a little bit shorter than what you put in, you can always just come here and click and drag that shorter, or you can use the razor blade tool and you can cut a clip and then come back to your cursor tool and select the part you didn't want, delete it, and now when we watch our video, that clip will be shorter because we cut it, all right? So there are some tools here. So again, the razor tool is a great one. You have the selection tool, and then by default with the selection tool, you'll be able to drag clips out longer or shorter. And it's just gonna use whatever you filmed, all right, for that. And we'll take a look at some of these other ones in future videos.